And welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Ann. It is a hump day.
It's something.
It's something today, isn't it?
It is. It's discombobbled. I don't even know, people. I just wish somebody could have a glimpse of what goes on pre-show.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I'm putting my.
Are you not ready?
That
She comes in like 30 seconds before the show starts.
That's not true. You lie.
She comes in and she's huffing and puffing, and she goes, "I haven't got my makeup on. I haven't got prepared. I'm not ready."
I don't believe those words came out of my mouth.
And I come in 2 hours early. I prep early.
Oh, crap.
Everything is fine. I'm kicked back, drinking
really?
coffee, and she said, well, what about this? Oh, that's been done. What about this? Oh, it's been done.
Okay. You want to talk about coming in 2 hours early, and yet you're not ready.
How do you know? I'm ready. I've even got my pencil in my hand.
Well, that makes all the difference, Dan. That's like, that'll rip it on into the something. Hey, guess how many followers we have now?
Are we losing them?
We did for a few days.
We had one that was backed out at the last minute.
Well, they were a little iffy about it. Well, I don't know what the problem was.
I know what it was. It was buyer's remorse. You know how that goes.
You
buy those foo-foo panties, and you get them home, and you go, no way, this is
foo-foo panties?
Yeah.
What are foo-foo panties?
Well, they've got the the little the little tassels hanging on the ends of them. You move around, they flick. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Everybody's got a pair somewhere.
I don't have tassels on
I've got my own pair.
I bet you do.
They're tie-dyed.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they high-waisters? Are they like?
Well, I've got a little bulge there, so yeah, they're extra. The band's got a little extra.
Okay.
To push in.
Well, we have over 2,600 followers, so thank you all for that. Thanks for the love.
Yes.
We like it, and we appreciate it.
Does it look at the monitor? Does it look like somebody's coming in behind me?
Why do you say
the doors?
Yes, there's a ghost.
The door's ajar.
I'm going to see if it moves. That'll be the creepy part.
Well, I watched your show yesterday with Leslie.
We had a good time, Dan.
I kept thinking that somebody was coming through the door back there. So
was it open?
I'm going to shut the door.
Yesterday? Okay. Yeah. Well, we had Leslie King I had Leslie King as my co-host yesterday. Dan was out of pocket, and we had a really good time together, actually. I appreciated him agreeing to do that.
And I have to say that this is the first time I've been able to listen to the show.
Oh, really?
I don't listen to the show because I'm here.
Well, sure.
So I listen.
You don't go back and comb through it all.
No, I would probably be, like, want to put my head in the sand or something.
Well, you want to pick it apart is what you want to do.
Well, I picked it apart yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
you were texting me nice things, so don't freaking lie to our audience.
You want me to get my briefcase because I've got notes.
Do you?
I've got, yeah. And Leslie, we'll have to talk. There's a few notes. There's a few things that need to be tweaked.
Leslie, don't listen to him. He is full of what. Cowpucky.
Okay.
Complete cowpucky.
All right.
Oh,
have you been following this Ozarks Dynacom?
No,
what is it?
Moark
Big Deals. What am I talking about?
Wait a minute. Stop. I want you to count to 3 and get with the program.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I do follow it.
Moarks.com.
MoarkBigDeals.com.
Big deals. Yes.
Stop. MoarkBigDeals.com.
I'm jumping ahead of myself. MoarkBigDeals.com.
You're just rambling off stuff.
I am.
Today they have a special.
They do.
Yes, they do. And it is for Wild Bill's Outfitter. 1-day canoe or kayak rental. Retail value is $87. The deal today, and today only, is $43.50.
Okay.
Are you wondering where that is? It's on this.
Oh, I see it right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
$43.50.
Yeah, that's a great deal. So take advantage of that because that is time sensitive just today.
Okay.
There'll be a whole new one Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So
cool.
We'll hit on those. later.
Yeah, T's Barbecue's got a deal going on too.
They do.
Yeah, $26.99 value down to $18.90.
Okay. Wow.
But you got to get the gift certificate. You got to go to moarkbigdeals.com and either take a picture of it or print it or whatever.
Whatever it is that tells you to do. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. But there are still deals going on, so take advantage of that.
Yeah, and if you're going up to Branson today, there's several up there. There's Fritz's Adventures Pass. They've cut that down. Originally, it's $55. Now it's $27.50.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So kids are out of school.
Time to that'd be a great little day trip.
You could say, "Hon, I'm going to take the kids up there. I'm going to spend a bunch of money up at Fritz's, and then go get the deal, and then
and what?
And then you can go get a hamburger while the kids are eating popsicles or something. I don't know."
You have absolutely. You're making this up.
No, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure this is improv.
No, this is not improv.
The epitome of improv. Oh, Dan, it's kind of I don't know.
It's kind of what?
It's just nothing. It's kind of gross today, and I'm thinking that it just kind of fits in with the whole craziness that happens in our lives sometimes. That's all.
Yeah.
Sometimes days are cloudy. Bring your sunshine out.
It's been cloudy today.
It is cloudy today.
Ooh.
I know, right? And today is 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, like before 10 a.m. Okay. Mostly cloudy, though. Becoming sunny with a high of 82. So that will be nice for this afternoon. Tonight, clear with a low of 60. And then Thursday, sunny with a high of 87. And Thursday night, mostly clear, low of 58, a little bit cooler. Friday, 86. And then the rain starts in. And Friday night, 20% chance of showers with a low of 63. And you can do, I'll let you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Proceed.
You've taken over, so you might as well finish.
Oh, yeah. There's so much I could say, but we're on air. So I'm just going to. Okay, I will. So Saturday, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high of 84. Then Saturday night, a continued 40% chance of showers, low of 64. And Sunday, again, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 1. So maybe it'll clear off that Sunday afternoon. High of 80. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low of 59. Monday, mostly sunny, high of 78. Monday night, 57 for the low. And Tuesday is a high of 79. And there is your weather for as far as we have the extended forecast. Well, I would hit that topic to ponder button, but you know what? It's on your side.
Oh, you could do it probably. You're doing everything else.
You're welcome.
Oh, would you like to know what the topic to ponder is? You know, you should have sat over here today. You would have been able to have total control.
I probably would have had everything done.
Well, let's see what we got, okay?
All righty.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
What makes something beautiful? Is it subjective or objective?
It's subjective.
It is subjective. I agree.
Every way, yeah.
I agree. But what makes something beautiful?
I don't know, but some things are like, some things are so beautiful that if somebody comes up and disses it in some way,
you want to hit them? You want to hit them.
You go, what are you drinking today?
What planet are you from?
Yeah, right. Like what's
something that's beautiful to me may not be beautiful to you.
Yeah. Well, you always take pictures of sunsets, right?
I do.
Do you do the sunrises?
No, I can't see them.
You got trees.
Trees,
and stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful to me.
Yeah, I like cloud formations.
And
I don't really like a day where there's no clouds. I like the clouds, the different ones.
Do you analyze those clouds?
Well, when I was a pilot, you had to study clouds. Mm-hmm. You had to study the different ones. Of course, I forgot.
Oh, so that's where your meteorology.
Well, we had to understand
from.
the weather. We had to understand. Ooh, that's a cumulonimbus cloud.
Which
we
means,
need to stay away from that one.
Okay.
And you had to fly around those things. You couldn't go through you would think, oh, I can fly. I can go right.
You had to do by sight.
Yeah, visual. VFR.
Yeah, VFR. Okay.
So you get to know what the weather is a little bit,
mm-hmm.
and you know that a cold front comes in and a warm front causes thunderstorms and those things.
Does that make it beautiful?
Knowing that, yeah.
Okay.
I like severe weather. I think that's beautiful. as long as it's not destructive to people. But like a tornado, I like that. That's beautiful to me.
Really?
Yeah, the magnificence of it. The
Okay,
weather
I would
doing
agree
its
with.
thing. And waterfalls, massive waterfall, all that water power. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful to me. The whole thing.
I can get behind your waterfall.
Yeah.
The tornado, I'm having trouble with.
Well, if it's in the distance, you go, oh, that's cool looking.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's
Right.
It's a living thing doing its
Right.
magnificence.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay, I'll go with that.
So, what else is beautiful?
Well, I
A new
think
pair of shoes is beautiful.
baby, like just new life of any kind is. I don't know. I don't know how to put
Mostly
that,
would
but-
be puppies and babies and things that are innocent.
Well, yeah, little cute
And
little things.
why is that?
I don't know.
I mean, they're just lumps. They just
But they're
wallow
cute
around
lumps.
and they
Come
stumble
on,
and they're awkward. And why is that beautiful?
Because it's new life in whatever frame, you
Yeah.
know, whether it be animal life or person life or whatever. I just
Yeah.
think it's beautiful.
Well, I was coming to work this morning, and I don't know what you call them, chipmunks.
Yeah.
The little bitty things with a funny tail.
Yeah.
My brain says, "Oh, that's cute." Now, if a big rat came running, I go, "Ugh."
That's ugly.
Now, what's the difference between those two? One's cute and one's repulsive.
Okay.
Why is that? They're both animals, and rats.
True.
There are baby rats. Are baby rats cute? Are baby
I don't know.
roaches?
No, I
cute?
don't. I don't know. That's a learned thing.
Yeah, and
For
maybe,
sure.
Yeah.
I think it is. Because, back when you're a baby, you could look at a rat and think, oh, how cute. You know what I mean? Until
I
your
guess so.
parents tell you, that's a bad thing. No, don't think that's cute.
I just look at both of them like,
It's a,
good source of protein.
do you?
Yeah.
And then you go kill it and eat it?
Well, if you need to.
Okay. Golly. I don't even know what planet we're on.
Well, I'm back. You
You
had one
are-
day to recuperate, and it's
Well,
back again.
you have come back with a vengeance, I must
Okay.
say.
All right.
So, hey, the topic to ponder for today is what makes something beautiful? And then you can answer that, and then we just, we agree it's
What
subjective, not objective. But
Yeah, and I think that when you read the question, write down the first thing that comes to your mind. Yeah, regardless of how silly it may sound. I like
because we're not really asking what do you see is beautiful. Like, we're asking
Right.
what makes it.
What
that
makes
way.
it
It's how your
beautiful.
mind perceives it,
Yeah.
or I guess
I've got an old
how
pair.
your eyes.
I've got an old pair of boots. I think are beautiful because you put them on and you go, these are just cool. They look good. Yeah.
I'm not giving you nothing on that.
No, you're not. You're not giving me a darn thing. Let's. You want to do some today in history?
I would love to do some.
Well, we
today
don't
in
have
history.
the opening again today because we haven't gone through an in-service on how to do anything with the
We
new
have an
hot
instructional
buttons.
video. You just didn't watch it.
I did watch it, but I'm thinking, okay,
I have to
went
practice.
She went through that like really quick, and it was from a cell phone way back here, and I'm going,
Delaney, we're not ditsing you.
no.
We
Sure.
really appreciate the hard work that you're putting into this, but we just haven't had time to explore it yet.
Yeah, you need to sit us down.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Give us a cookie and say, listen.
I'm going to show you. I need to see one, then I do one, and then I teach one.
There you
then
go.
I can
There you go.
deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You ready for the first today in
Oh,
history?
let's just jump right on in there, Dan.
We are a great country, and a selfish country, and a compassionate country. And I intend to make that my basis for running and over the period of the next year.
I'm not sure these are today.
This may not be ours.
This is not ours.
Okay, just read it, and we'll
Okay.
just move on.
Today, 77 years ago, in a speech at Harvard University, Secretary of State George Marshall explained his plan for rebuilding the economies of war-torn Europe. His outline for vast assistance and financial aid became known as the Marshall Plan. Okay.
All right. Okay. Cut number 2. 57 years ago today, the Six-Day War between Israel and its Arab neighbors, Egypt, Syria, Jordan, and Iraq, began. Israel would capture the Sinai Desert, the Golan Heights, and the West Bank of the Jordan River, and the Gaza Strip. And Jerusalem would be reunited under Israeli control. CBS News correspondent Charles Collingsworth reported from Tel Aviv after a nightfall on June the 5th at the end of the war's first day.
All right, and just imagine you're hearing something, and this is cut number 3. 56 years ago, Senator Robert Kennedy was shot and fatally wounded at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles, where he had just claimed victory in California's Democratic presidential primary. Reporter Andrew West was with Kennedy when the gunfire erupted.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
56 years ago today, Senator Robert Kennedy was shot, and let's see. There was a witness to the struggling of getting the gun after the assassin was Sirhan Sirhan.
Okay. And then the next cut, Ed Smart. 22 years ago, 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart vanished from the bedroom of her Salt Lake City home. Her father, Ed Smart, told reporters a few days later he was confident she would be found. And there's a note here that says he was right. Elizabeth Smart was freed 9 months later. 2 abductors were convicted of kidnapping. Didn't she come here and talk about this?
I think she came here.
She came here because I went and heard her.
Okay.
Yeah.
On June the 5th, 2004, 20 years ago today, President Ronald Reagan died at his California home. He was 93 years old. After a long bout with Alzheimer's disease, President Bush recalled him fondly during a little speech.
Yeah. Saxophonist Kenny G was born this day, 1956. He's 68. Well, it would be some great music if we could hear it. That's all I got.
Okay. And then it's also Mark Wahlberg's birthday today, June the 5th, 1971, 53 years ago. He picked up an Oscar for The Fighter, playing a boxer living in his older brother's shadow.
Fall Out Boy musician Pete Wentz was born this day, 1979. He's 45 years old. He is best known for playing bass, providing backup vocals, and writing the lyrics for the American rock band Fall Out Boy. One of their popular hits was Uma Thurman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then our last cut here, singer Troy Sivan was born on this day, June the 5th, 1985, 29 years old today.
All righty.
And he had a hit called Youth.
Okay.
Youth.
Well, there's your Today in History. That was like record speed, Dan. I mean, come on.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see, we've got a telephone interview, so we've got to get on the phone.
Yeah,
and,
yep. Melissa Fultz.
Have you got quarters?
No, I don't have quarters, Dan. I don't know where you would shove them, but I could make a suggestion if you would like.
Okay. We're going to give her a call and get her on the line and see what's going on. She's going to be talking about the green something. The Green
Amendment.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Sounds green to me.
Stay with us.
All right. We'll be right back. Stick around. You're listening to the original KHOZ 900 and 94.9 FM right here in Harrison, Arkansas, and also on K26 Hometown Television. You can watch us on Facebook or YouTube. We'll be right back.
Hometown TV, channel 26.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Ann.
Hello.
We have on the phone with us Melissa Fultz. Are you there with us, Melissa?
I am.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're talking to Dan and Ann here at KHOZ, and we're talking about something new that's in Arkansas. It's called the Green Amendment, and you're the person that can give us some information on that. Do you want to tell us how this thing started?
Yeah, and what is the Green Amendment?
Okay. About a year ago, after the industry tried to do the full legal, they gave my husband, Gary, and I a call and asked us to come in and sit down.
Who's they?
The industry, the marijuana industry.
Okay, thank you.
And asked what we felt like was the most important thing to do to change the marijuana laws. And from dealing with several other advocates across the nation, we quickly realized that without a strong medical program before the recreational, the medical programs far too many times fell by the wayside, and we were not going to let that happen. We had far too many patients, including minors, that needed the medical program.
Okay.
So we all sit down. They asked us what we had to have to fix the medical program. So Gary and I went home and we made out a long list of things that we wanted. And surprisingly enough, we got nearly everything we asked for.
Okay.
There were just so many things that we needed to do to fix the medical marijuana program. Far too many patients had been left out in the shadows, and they had to continue to buy from the black market and break the law. And so the first thing we said was, the first thing we have to do is make sure that any patient that truly needs medical marijuana has access to it.
Okay.
So the first change we made is that any condition that your caregiver feels will have positive results with medical marijuana can get a card.
Okay.
The second problem that we saw is there are far too few doctors that felt comfortable writing certifications. And every time we talked to an APRN or a physician's assistant, they were much more knowledgeable about medical marijuana and the benefits of it, and were much more willing to talk to their patients about medical marijuana. So the second thing that we changed was we added APRNs, PAs, and also pharmacists. Surprisingly enough, pharmacists asked to be allowed to write certifications. So the second thing on there that we changed was that these other people would be able to write certifications because, you know, there's a lot of places in Arkansas, little rural areas that don't have a doctor. All they have is an APRN or PA or a pharmacist.
Right. Okay.
So that was the second thing on our list.
Okay. I mean, those are some... Go ahead.
Okay. The third thing was the cards. You know, we're a very poor state, one of the poorest states in the nation, and far too many of our patients were on disability and were living off of, you know, sometimes as low as $900 to $1,100 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And having to pay a doctor anywhere from, you know, $100 to $300 a year, plus pay the state $50 in order to get your card, it's almost impossible for many patients, which kept a lot of patients from being able to be legal patients.
Right.
So we've changed that. Once this passes, you will have a 3-year card, and the state will no longer be allowed to charge their $50 fee.
Okay.
And also, the great part about it is if you have a current card now, once this passes, you automatically get an additional 2 years added to your card.
Oh, so you're just grandfathered in.
Now,
I want to know who you are that you're talking about your patients. We don't really know who you are. I know your name, and that's about it.
Okay.
So maybe I should have opened up with that, but I didn't. So
okay. Okay. My name is Melissa Fultz, and back in 2011, my husband and I joined with 3 college students to get an amendment on the ballot for 2012. We got it on the ballot. We worked very, very hard to educate people and to go around the state talking to people. And we lost by only 1.75%. And back then, everybody told us we were crazy, that Arkansas would never pass medical marijuana, that we were wasting our time, and we got really, really close. So we decided not to give up until the patients of Arkansas could legally have safe access to medical marijuana.
Well, Melissa, let me ask you, what was your motivation initially? Was somebody that you knew that needed the marijuana because they had an ailment, and that was your focus? Okay.
Are you just a lay person that's advocating then?
I'm just a lay person who started out wanting to save her son.
I got you.
And yes, you are right. We had an ulterior motive. My son, when he was 16, was in a car accident and messed his neck and back up. Had to have 3 neck surgeries and 2 lower back surgeries. And at 16 years old, they started him on opioids. And 14 years later, really bad. Never graduated from high school because he stayed so doped up all the time.
Right.
Fast forward 14 years later, and the doctors told him that we're killing you, but we have no other alternative.
You're saying they're killing him
with
opioid drugs.
With opioids, because it had destroyed the lining of his stomach. He threw up blood on a regular basis. He stayed sick constantly. They had him on, I'm trying to think, 90 milligrams of oxycodone, 5 of the strongest muscle relaxers they make, 5 Phenegrams a day for the vomiting, an antidepressant, and Ambien at night so that he could sleep. That was his daily.
That's a lot of medicine, not to mention the cost of these medicines.
It would kill most people. It would kill most people.
So you felt like marijuana or whatever would be a benefit to your son, and so you're advocating.
Actually, his neuropsychologist told him, if you will throw all of this away and use marijuana, you have a chance to live. So he came home. He had moved home recently because he was staying so doped up. He would get up in the middle of the night and start cooking and lay down on the floor and go back to sleep. And his wife was terrified that he would set fire to the house with her and their new baby in it.
Right.
So he had moved home.
Okay.
And my husband and I sat down and talked and said, we have to do something to get this legal. I mean, he can't go to prison just to save his life.
Let me ask this, Melissa. Once you decided that all of the prescribed drugs were detrimental to your son's health, how did you get your hands on marijuana? Was it illegal at the point? I mean, how did you do that?
It was absolutely illegal at that point.
And that's usually a crapshoot, probably. I mean, whether you get it pure or not or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. And he was still young. So he was only about 30. So he had access.
Right.
And even though it was illegal, I supported him 100%.
What was the immediate benefits? Could you see that immediately?
The benefits, I don't know how familiar you are with how marijuana works with your body, how the cannabinoids work with your body. I personally should have been in a wheelchair about 9 or 10 years ago, and I still run my farm every day. Thank God for marijuana.
Okay. All right.
It is a natural anti-inflammatory. It has natural pain relief.
Mm-hmm.
And how a doctor explained it to me several years ago is that our bodies are made up of cannabinoids. And marijuana is made up of cannabinoids, over 400 cannabinoids. And how he explained it to me is when the cannabis comes into your body, the cannabinoids from the cannabis attach themselves to the damaged cannabinoids in your body.
Okay.
And help heal them. And as I said, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So, for instance, I have arthritis in every joint in my body. And I use nothing but cannabis for it. And without the cannabis, I would be so stiff and
Right.
sore, I wouldn't be able to get out of the bed. So it also helps with withdrawal. There are more and more rehab facilities across the nation that have started adding cannabis to help alleviate the withdrawals from so many of these drugs.
Right.
And so that's what we did with my son. He started using the cannabis, and our original goal was for every week for him to reduce 1/2 of a pill on all of his medication.
So it's systematic.
Yes.
And
well, he got about halfway through. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you that. What you're getting ready to tell us?
Yeah. About halfway through, he called me. He said, "Mom, come in here a minute." And he was in the bathroom, and he had all of his medicine bottles open. And he said, "I need you to witness this." As he poured them down the toilet. And of course, I freaked out because you can't do that. You cannot.
You got to have a backup there just in case.
Yeah, the withdrawals are horrible. And he said, "I know me. If I don't stop now, I'll never stop."
Yeah. Wow.
Well, and has he been able to thrive with marijuana?
I have the most amazing story about him. After the 3 weeks of withdrawals,
hey, Melissa,
33 pounds.
Melissa, can you hold on with us so we can take a commercial break? And then
Sure, absolutely.
I think your testimony on the amazing story would probably be waiting for people to listen to that. And we're going to take a quick break. We have Melissa Fultz on the phone, and she's talking about the Green Amendment. We'll dig into a little bit more about what the Green Amendment is and how it's coming up in legislation and what you can do.
And when you can vote and how you can get more information.
How you can get more information. But she's going to tell an amazing story that probably right on the tip of her tongue. She can't wait to tell us. And we'll find out about that in...
It's my favorite story in the world.
Okay. All right. We'll find out about that in about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Founded in 1974, this is the 50th anniversary of North Arkansas College. To celebrate, they're bringing
And we're back, and we should still have on the line with us Melissa Fultz. Are you still there with us?
Uh-oh.
Melissa. Are you still there with us, Melissa? Oh, boy. I hope I didn't...
Did you hang her up,
I hope
Dan?
I didn't hang her up. Melissa? Are you still there?
Well,
oh, boy.
Dan, what did you do?
I have no idea what I did. Oh, boy.
What do you want to do? You want to call her
not
back
sure.
or you want to...
Let's see. She should be there.
I just put, we lost you. I texted her, but...
Melissa, you should be there now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you now.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
thank
yes.
you.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was
We were like,
going,
we
I'm
lost
here, I'm
you.
here.
Where is she? Where is she?
Okay.
But I'm here.
You were getting ready to dive into the story a little bit about your son. The good side.
Yes.
I mean, you know.
The good side.
The good
Yeah,
side.
the good part.
The worst part
Tell us.
was the first 3 weeks. Like I said, it was horrible. He lost 33 pounds.
H.
It was awful. The withdrawals were horrible.
And
but
you
once
managed
he
all
got
this at
past
home.
that-
You managed all that at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We sat round the clock with him because he was having hallucinations.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
It was the worst thing. The worst case scenario of watching people have withdrawals that you've
Right.
seen on TV or
Right.
read about.
And this was from
They
prescription
are
drugs.
that bad.
From opioids specifically.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
and they are that bad. It was horrible. But once he got past that, he started putting his life back together. And as I said, he had never even graduated high school. So he made the decision, because his neuropsychologist had had such an impact on his life to help him get off of them. He made the decision he wanted to give back. So he went back to night school and got his high school diploma. And we all laughed because he got to be the valedictorian of night school.
Well, good for
Oh,
him.
boy.
But he went back to night school and he got his high school diploma. And then he went to Pulaski Tech and got an associate degree in psychology.
Oh,
Well, good for him.
Then he went to UCA and got a bachelor's degree in psychology and social work.
okay.
Wow.
And I'm so very proud.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he graduated from UALR with a master's degree in social work.
Wow.
Awesome, Melissa. That's
And
great.
he's now working. He already has a job, and he is working in a trauma unit, dealing with gunshot wounds,
Trauma.
horrific car accidents, rape, attempted suicide. I mean, the most trauma that
Wow.
of any of them.
So he's come full circle.
And what he does, yeah, and I mean, he's amazing. He just wants to give back,
That's good.
and he works with young people a lot on the side, helping young people because of his past. There's not a whole lot they can pull over on him.
Oh, okay.
He knows all the little things.
Well, I'm
of-
sure he
of
does.
What kids do.
Right.
And so, yes, he has a great success. He now has 2 beautiful children.
Nice.
And he is working to do what he intended to do from the beginning once he got
Yeah.
off, is to
Wow.
get back to society
Well,
and help others find their path to a good life.
let's talk about the Green Amendment and what people need to know about
yeah,
that.
and where they can find out information about that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we do have a little bit of a website. It doesn't have a lot of information, but you can read the entire amendment on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And now they were at the farmers market every weekend, but apparently there were some complaints, and they have now been thrown out of the farmers market. But we do have a team leader there in Harrison, and he is setting up all over town.
Okay.
And you'll find him everywhere. His name is Kelly Roberts.
Okay.
And he and 2 or 3 other volunteers are up there working to make sure that people have access to sign the amendment. As a matter of fact, he doesn't just have the Green Amendment. They have everything. They have all of the statewide initiatives.
Okay.
That he's gathering signatures for. So
you were going to give us a website, and I don't think that we covered that.
It is armarijuanapatient.com.
Okay. Patient or patient?
And read the amendment.
Is that plural? Patients or patient?
Marijuana patient, yes, plural.
Okay.
.com.
Okay.
And then
that gives you the chance to read the amendment.
And the vote will come up when? Or is this just to get it on the ballot?
This November. November. But I'm begging you, if you have not signed it, find the amendment and sign it. We only have till July 5th. We turn in on July 5th, and the cutoff is going to be probably the 2nd or 3rd in order for us to make sure we get all of them in.
Are you keeping track of the numbers? How many numbers do you have to get it on the amendment?
We have to have, we want to have 120,000, but we have to have a little over 92,000.
Okay.
In order to get on the ballot.
Okay.
So we're asking everybody, if you have any interest at all to sign it, find someone with the amendment and make sure you get signed up.
Okay.
If you're not a registered voter, go get registered to vote so that you can sign the amendment and then vote for it.
All right.
Okay.
This is a great expansion on the medical marijuana
well,
program.
It can at least
it's going to allow so many more patients.
It can at least get it on the ballot. I mean, even if you're not, if you're kind of wavering about whether at least you would be helping to get it on the ballot, then the people can make the decision.
Yeah, let people make the decision.
Exactly, and that's what I have always believed in, that the people should have a voice.
Yeah.
And our constitutional right to petition our government, we're one of only a handful of states that still allow that.
Right.
And, that's our last true voice of the people.
Absolutely. We got to keep that keep that in position forever.
Right.
Melissa, thanks so much for giving us the information.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great story.
We appreciate it.
And we'd love to meet your son one day. Bring him down.
Well, I tell you what. He does go to Harrison. Well, he was, but now with his new job, I don't know how much time he'll have to get away. But
that's fine.
I would love for y'all to meet him. He's an amazing young man.
Invitation's always open.
Anymore,
yeah, the invitation's always open.
Thanks,
so
Melissa.
Much. Thank
have
you
a great
so
day.
much.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
Wow.
Let me turn this off. Telephone.
Okay, that was good. Good information.
You know, whether you agree with it or not, there's some people who say, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Well, go vote against it then.
Right. But you're going to have to get it on the ballot to do that.
Yeah, I think everything should be on the ballot if it's valid.
And let people decide.
For a certain amount of people and see what the people, that's the way our government works.
Right.
For the people, by the people, of the people, to the people, with the people.
Until people pay off politicians and then you're just,
yeah. Yeah, and then you have 12 different things in a bill that should be passed, and it never gets passed.
Exactly.
We need another break.
Okay, I need a break. No,
okay, we'll do that.
All right.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
6.1.
And welcome back to Around the Table. We have a couple things we'd like to talk about before we have to end the show today. Nothing local. Anything local to talk about?
We're going to do that later on.
Later on?
Yeah. You know, I do want to say, we got a... Oh, never mind. I'm not going to. Carry on.
I love it.
Hey,
I've got something to tell you.
I just said we weren't going to do it today, so we're
okay.
not doing it.
You know what Starlink is, don't you?
I do.
It's the Elon Musk version of satellite internet.
Okay.
And it's expensive to get started, but people are using it in rural
How
areas.
much is expensive?
I think it's $500 or $600 just for the equipment, and then it's
okay.
100.
What is it?
It's a couple $100 a month, I think.
Okay.
Or somewhere around in there. Anyway,
All right.
Starlink Internet gets a reclusive Amazon tribe hooked on porn.
What? A reclusive Amazon,
yes.
like in the Amazon, not
in the Amazon, yes.
tribe hooked on porn.
And what happened was a tribe in the Amazon was given access to Elon Musk's Starlink Internet, and according to researchers, almost immediately became hooked on social media.
Oh my goodness!
And porn.
Really? Of course, they had never been exposed to any
I know.
of that, I suppose.
And they were just perfectly fine without it.
Right.
So everyone was happy at first, but slowly, Brazil's reclusive Marumbo tribe became divided, lazy, obsessed with looks, and a bit too slutty.
I find this terribly interesting.
That's our society.
Pre-social media, pre-internet, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you're exposed to it, and guess what?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
That just goes to show you we could probably do without it.
Doesn't it make you wonder there? Yeah.
And look at this again. It said they were obsessed. They became lazy first.
Right.
They were obsessed with their looks, and they became
too
slutty.
Wow. All right, then. See the influence that has on you.
Mm.
Well, it's not as bad as the woman who was declared dead and woke up at the funeral home on the table. Have you ever had that happen to you?
No, I've heard stories about that.
A Nebraska woman who was pronounced dead on Monday morning came back to life on the table of a funeral home. The woman was in hospice care and the staff was expecting her to die. This happens sometimes in third world countries where healthcare isn't the greatest, but it's rare in the U.S. As of Monday afternoon, the woman was still alive. Police are investigating and say it doesn't look like there was any criminal intent, but that would be a freaky moment, I do believe.
Yeah.
I don't care if you were expecting her to die, but if you thought they were dead and they weren't, that would be a freaky moment. That's what I have to
that'd
say.
be horrible, wouldn't it? Somebody
It
says,
would.
"Do you have any rooms available?" Well, yeah, we can move her out.
And then, no.
A little too soon. Yeah, I'm not ready to go.
Please, no.
And she's fine now, right?
She
was in a nursing
Of course,
home.
this isn't going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know all these trials that are going on where the jurors are questionable.
Yes, Dan.
Well, in one Minnesota town, a juror was dismissed after someone showed up at her front door with a bag filled with $120,000 in cash.
Gonna bribe the
little bribe going on there.
Yep.
The person with the money said that there'd be more money if the juror voted to acquit.
Oh.
That's all you got to do. Just one person, right?
Just to quit.
Just to quit him. She was serving a federal fraud trial involving COVID relief money that was supposed to be fed hungry kids, but disappeared instead. So.
They never tell us the end of the story.
They never do.
I think that's not fair. And I'm going to tell you something. Do you know what today is?
What is today, Ann?
It's National Ketchup Day.
Okay.
I love ketchup.
You put it on eggs. You put it on hamburgers.
No,
you
my
put it on French fries.
my mom told me my dad used to put it on his eggs.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, if you have fried potatoes next to your eggs, the fried potatoes are going to get a squirt of ketchup.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're going to get on the eggs.
Yeah,
so you must just mix it all up.
They're great on potatoes.
Yeah.
World Environment Day, encouraging all of us to take action to protect the natural environment.
Okay.
Don't litter. That's
don't
the
litter.
first
Just
thing
don't.
to do.
Global Running Day. First Wednesday in June, runners from all over the world are hitting the pavement today for Global Running Day. National Gingerbread Day. Do you like gingerbread cookies?
Yeah.
I like them okay.
They're kind of hot on your tongue. They kind of burn your tongue.
There's something, yeah.
No, there's something going on there. Yeah.
Boeing tries to launch Starliner rocket again.
Yes.
So
I heard some reports about that this morning. They're launching it today. We'll see if it goes up.
Yeah. Wow, Dan, it's nice to have you back.
All right.
I'm done with you. See you tomorrow.
Okay. We are out. See you tomorrow, guys.